Welcome to another spicy episode of Masala Geeeeeetaaaaaaaar! Today's lick is a fusion of East and West, which is something I absolutely love doing. Now, if you haven't seen the first episode, I shall link it somewhere up here. You know what? I might do a playlist for this eventually. So anyways, go check that out because it will explain some of the scales and stuff and techniques that I am using in this lesson here, this Samosa flavored lick. You know, I came up with this lick by chance because I was I was writing a solo for an album that I play on for my friend Raina, and the album's going to be out next year. It is very, very, very cool. So pick up a copy when it comes out because I play a bunch of solos on it and stuff. And while I was kind of noodling around and stuff, I think I was waiting for him to, you know, just a guitar lesson because we do like online guitar lessons. And I was messing around and I came up with this lick, which is kind of a combination of the melodic minor, which I love to play, the Indian sounds, which I adore, and also borrowing some techniques from Warren DeMartini from Ratt. So there's a little bit of that going on as well. I absolutely loved how this lick came out, and I actually recorded it for his solo, and then I was doing another demo for Tone Rider pickup, the Tone Rider Octane, which is on my Chapman guitar, which is over there, which you're going to see in a second, which is just an awesome guitar. If you haven't seen the build of that, go and check that out because that is a proper Masala guitar. It's got Hanuman on it. Yeah, Indian. Anyways, I want to show you how to play this lick and why I came up with the ideas and concepts. So I am going to grab my guitar, which is over there, and show you. Let's get spicy! Yeah! Very cool Masala lick there. Alright, this one is in melodic minor as well. If you haven't seen the first episode or the first couple of episodes of Masala Guitar, I very highly recommend you check them out, especially the first episode, which I will link somewhere up here, because I showed just the melodic minor scale that I am using throughout a lot of these licks, which has a very Indian vibe about them, and I go into some of the theory and stuff about it, so it'll be interesting for you to watch and kind of learn what I'm doing. Alrighty, so this lick, like I said in the intro, I actually came up while I was kind of noodling around. I was waiting for a student for a lesson, and I was playing and stuff, and came up with some ideas which I wanted to put together because I was learning some kind of Warren DeMartini stuff and just this kind of, you know. And I kind of decided to actually include that within the lick. So usually, you know, when I play kind of melodic minor, I'm playing it in this position. But this time I actually decided to play it in a different position because I wanted to use this shape there. So what I did was I started on the 9th fret of the G string, and then I stretched over to the 13th fret. So my first two notes are on the G string, 9 and 13. Then what I'm going to do is play the 10 and 12 on the B string and the E string. So that first move is just coming up the scale. Just 6 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then what I like to do is I like to come back to a note on the B string and then continue the ascend. So what I do is I come back to the 12th fret of the B string and then I start another ascend there. So I'm going to play the 12th fret of the B string, the 10 and the 12 on the E string, and then I'm going to slide all the way up to the 16 on the E string. So like this. And I put vibrato on that note. And that's 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in total I'm playing like 10 notes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's my first ascend, and I really like this little kind of thing that I do in the middle. Just gives it a nice vibe, and I do it over pentatonic as well when I kind of play something like this. So same kind of theory, coming back to you know, the string above where I'm playing, and then continuing the ascend, if I can speak properly today. Yeah, getting all tongue twisted. It's all this masala that I'm eating, man. Alrighty, so we got our first lick here. Then I'm going to do a little trill between the 14, 16. I'm just going to pick up the 14, hammer onto 16, pull back off to 14, and then slide to 12. Then I'm going to come back to the 14, and then I'm going to slide to 16. From here I'm going to come back to the B string, and I'm going to go to the 13th fret. Now this is the 6th note of the minor scale. And it's just got a really, really great vibe about it. It's got that slightly kind of sad, melancholy vibe about it. So I kind of put that into it. Because up until now, the vibe has been quite kind of happy-go-lucky. And then you throw that 6th in, and it gets a little bit kind of, you know, weepy. I want to cry. So it's a great note to put in, and I really like using this. And this one I actually kind of picked up from learning a solo from one of the songs by Dorje, which incidentally, this rhythm, it's kind of very inspired by the song Catalyst, actually. And during the solo, Rabbi Masad goes to this 6th, which is just a beautiful note. So I'm going to play that. Then I'm going to come back 1 fret to the 12th fret of the B string. So I'm going to do a half step bend up and then bring it back down slowly. And right after I come down from this pre-bend, I'm going to do a quick trill here. So what I'm going to do is pick up the 12th, hammer onto 13, pull back off to 12, and then pull to 0. Now the open strings are something that I use quite a lot because I find them really useful for transitioning strings, and that's essentially what I'm doing here. I'm just basically using this as a transition to the next note, which is going to be the 14th fret of the G string. And it basically just brings my hand off the fretboard, and then I can transition, and it's just my personal way of kind of getting from string to string sometimes. So there you go, guys, that's the whole of the lick. Now when I play that first part, that first lick, I usually palm mute it slightly. I don't leave the strings completely open. I put a tiny bit of palm mute on the strings because it gives a nice rhythmic effect to it. Alright, I'm going to play it through for you slowly, and then I'll speed it up a little bit. And a little bit quicker. And there you go, there's the whole of that lick. If you do like what you see here, click the subscribe. I won't charge you, but I'll teach you. Give a thumbs up. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Not the singing, obviously, but the lesson. Anyways, Hope you found that helpful. I love that little lick, and it's something I kind of just use when I'm jamming and playing and stuff. I love the shape of it. I love the way it feels, the flow of it and everything. So learn it, enjoy it, put it into your solos, and jam away and shred. Yeah, shred. Yeah. Another Masala guitar. There'll be another one soon. Alright guys, have a great day, and keep it spicy. Keep it spicy. Keep it Masala guitar. Yeah!